Hey guys, as you can probably tell, I've been a little sick the past couple of days, so I thought now would be a good time to take it easy and just show you a couple of my favorite art supplies to use. If you like this type of content, give me a thumbs up and comment down below what you guys want to see next. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So we are starting out with pencils, and of course I had to put this one first. I use the Prismacolor Premier colored pencils in black mainly, but I have a whole bag of different colors. But I use these for sketching the most. They have the smoothest feel to them when you're sketching, and I love the pigmentation that comes out of it. It's also super easy to sketch with. So next up is the Faber Castell Jumbo. This thing has lasted me one sharpen already and like half of a sketchbook. So I've only had to sharpen it once and it's lasted me forever. But I really love sketching with this one as well. Next up is the Rotring mechanical pencil. So I ended up getting it as a graduation present from my parents, and it is a little bit pricey, and I don't use it as much, but it draws so smoothly because it's like balanced so nicely, and it's a nice quality like weight to it. Next up is the Pilot Color Eno. It comes in blue. It ran out of lead, so I don't use this one as much. Next, so I use mainly brush pens for my line work, and one of the things that I've found is that nothing can beat the Pentel color brush pen for me. I have it in two sizes, so I have them in medium and small. The ink inside is just so pigmented, and you can tell out by like the worn labels that I use them way too much. But I love the bristles and I love the look. Next are the Tombow brush pens. These have more of like a felt tip, kind of rubber tip on the end of them. I don't really use them for art, but I use them a lot for writing, so I thought I'd go ahead and include them in this video. Next is the Uni-Ball Signo white gel pen. This is probably the best white pen that I've found to date. It has the most pigmentation and it draws very smoothly. As you guys probably know, it's very hard finding a white pen, like a good white pen. Now we are going to the paint section. The first paints I have are what I recently just bought, and they are the MIYA HIMI Gouache. They are super affordable, which allows me to experiment a lot with them without feeling like guilty of using expensive paints. If you are just getting started with gouache, I would highly recommend these because you can play around and you can learn how to use the medium without spending a huge amount of money on them. I think I bought this set on Amazon for about $20, so really for the amount that you get, it's an awesome deal. So highly recommend this one. Next are my QOR Watercolors that I splurged on, and I do not regret it at all. I poured them in these half pans that I've had, and I use these almost like every day. I also have a couple of Winsor and Newton paints in there, just making up for colors that I don't have yet. But I really love the pigmentation on the QOR Watercolors. The next ones are the Kuretake Gansai Tambi paints. I highly recommend these once again for beginners. If you are just getting started out with watercolors, these are awesome because the amount of paint that you receive for the price and the way that they work is just, it's great. So The only thing I would say is they do have kind of a waxy shine to them, just because the binder that they use is different than normal watercolors. But it's something that I don't personally mind in my work, and I would definitely recommend anybody to use them. Also, I put it in this like little tea brick box that I had from a while ago. They don't come in this normally. Now, with paints comes brushes. So here's a couple of brushes that I use a lot. I found that I'm not really picky when it comes to like the quality of brushes. The two white ones were a gift, so I don't even know if they're like expensive or not. But I will say that I tend to gravitate towards round brushes more than like flat or anything like that. And these three are the kind that I use the most. I usually like to have a big round brush, a medium round brush, and a small round brush, just to get, you know, a wide range. I also have like a super big round brush, but that's when I'm doing big pieces, which is like hardly ever. Now on to paper. I find myself going for Canson products a lot. I think it has to do with them being relatively cheap, but also having like good quality. So the first one is the XL series watercolor paper. I use this to experiment a lot with, and it's really cheap. Can't beat that. For like my nicer pieces, I tend to go with, oh my god, I looked up how to pronounce this and I forgot. I'm not even gonna go for it. But this one's a hot press paper, so. And then next, last but not least, is my Moleskine Sketchbook. So I fell in love with Moleskine paper like years and years ago, and I haven't really changed since then. It's just I find that the paper takes so well to the different mediums that I use in it, and I, my heart's set on it. I can't be swayed. It is pricier though. Alright. And I think that's it. Those are all of my favorite supplies. If you guys like my content, consider subscribing. It means a whole lot to me. Stay safe out there, guys, and have a great day. Bye.